Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? I hope you all are fine, right? So, before I move on to my lecture, I want to give you one important information. Since the Nagaland Board of School Education has reduced the syllabus, okay, for classes, different classes, but as you know that we are studying this biology for class 11, so Nagaland board has already reduced the syllabus not only for biology but for other subjects. So if you want to check that deleted chapters, you can go to their website. Now, since we were studying the first chapter of this unit 4, first chapter is transport in plants. Okay, we still have to finish that chapter, but since that chapter has already been deleted along with the next chapter of the same unit, so that's why we are not going to study that chapter. So you just move on to the chapter 13, which is photosynthesis in higher plants. So we are going to study this chapter from today. All right. Okay, now I think we can move on to our lecture. Now, kids, photosynthesis in higher plants. As you all know, you are studying this from your childhood, okay, about photosynthesis, that formation of food inside the plant, especially the leaf organ, okay, where light energy is trapped and in the presence of chlorophyll, okay, food is formed along with carbon dioxide and water vapor. So all these things together makes the food, that is photosynthesis. Here the definition is given clearly that a physico-chemical process by which they use light energy to drive the synthesis of organic compounds. And what is organic compound here? The food which is being formed, okay, that is glucose. All right. Photosynthesis is important due to two reasons. Yes, that you should also note down. Why the photosynthesis is important? First, you know that it is the primary source of all food on earth. All right. Every organism is dependent on food for survival. All right. And that food is obtained from the plants. Okay. And what is the second importance? It is also responsible for the release of oxygen into the atmosphere by green plants. Yes, this is also important. Now, as you all know that plants releases oxygen, okay, and that oxygen is taken up by the organisms, whether those organisms are smaller microorganisms or higher organisms, all right. So that is also their importance. Now, आप लोग बहुत पहले से काफ़ी क्लासेस से आप पढ़ते आए हो प्रैक्टिकली डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन, और आपके टीचर्स ने भी आपको लैब्स में बताया होगा कि फोटोसिंथेसिस जो होता है उसको हम प्रैक्टिकली कैसे कर सकते हैं प्रूफ, और राइट, कि जो प्लांट्स हैं वो सच में फोटोसिंथेसिस करते हैं, राइट. So many experiments you have already gone through in your previous classes. We are not going to discuss those, but there are some scientists who did really good work in the field of this plants and all, okay. So there was one scientist named as Joseph Priestley, okay, 1733 to 1804. He in 1770 performed experiments, okay, and what did he observe? Okay, what is his observation? That is important. So he observed that air is playing important role in growth of green plants, okay. Now what was the experiment? You can see here clearly this is a kind of a vessel, okay, where he put one candle, lighted candle, and one mouse, right. But उसके बाद immediately what happened? जो candle की flame है, all right, that flame slowly disappears, वो गायब हो जाता है, ख़त्म हो जाती है, finish हो जाती है. Why? And even the mouse, you can see the mouse, suffocation होता है और उसको death हो जाती है उसकी, okay. But in the figure C, you can see that we have candle, lighted candle plus mouse plus a plant. ओके हमारे पास एक प्लांट है जो उसने एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म किया, एंड ही टुक एक्चुअली द मिंट प्लांट, ओके, जो पुदीना होता है, मिंट होता है, उसका प्लांट उसने लिया. व्हाट डिड ही ऑब्जर्व? दैट नथिंग हैपन टू द कैंडल, वो लाइट करता रहा. नथिंग हैपन टू द माउस, ही वॉज अलाइव, ओके. What did he observe then? What is the final observation? Now I think you got the idea that because of this green plant, you know that green plant releases oxygen, because of that he was the mouse was alive, और जो कैंडल है वो भी बर्न करता रहा, उसको भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई. ओके, क्यों? सी in the upper figure plant was not there. Okay, so the in this atmosphere whatever was there, whatever air was there, these two things absorbed that remaining air. All right, but here since the oxygen is supplied by the plant, so these two are alive. So that is sorry, candle to obviously it is burning still and the mouse is alive. So that was a really a good proof where we can say the air is important. All right, so what did he hypothesized? उसने क्या statement दिया अपना? That plants restore to the air whatever breathing animals and burning candles remove. Okay, plants can restore that air which has been observed by these things. Now there was one more scientist here. The name is Jan Ingenhousz. All right, what did he see? See, the एक्चुअली एक्सपेरिमेंट वॉज कॉन्टीन्यूटी ऑफ जोसेफ प्रेस्लेस एक्सपेरिमेंट, ये इसकी ही कॉन्टीन्यूटी थी, बट उसमें एयर के बारे में बताया गया था. इसमें क्या बोलता है जो ये वाला साइंटिस्ट है, दैट सनलाइट इज असेंशियल. ऑलराइट, वहाँ पर बोल रहा है एयर इज असेंशियल, बट हेयर दे आर सेइंग दैट सनलाइट इज असेंशियल टू द प्लांट प्रोसेस. ऑलराइट, नाउ द एक्सपेरिमेंट वॉज द सेटअप वॉज सेम. जो इसमें सेटअप लिया था जोसेफ ने, वही जैन ने भी सेम सेटअप लिया, बट द थिंग वॉज ही placed that setup once in a dark and once in the sunlight. Now what did he observe in the bright sunlight? That small bubbles were formed around the green parts. Yes, जो green parts होते leaves के, उसमें छोटे छोटे bubbles, small bubbles were appearing. All right, and but at dark they did not. That's why what did he observe? That these bubbles were oxygen bubbles. Okay, so he showed that it is only the green part of the plants that could release oxygen. All right, उसने ये ऐसा कुछ नहीं कहा जोसेफ ने कि कौन सा पार्ट ऑक्सीजन रिलीज कर रहा है, something like that, but this scientist proved that the green parts are actually responsible to release the oxygen. Now one more scientist here, these are the scientists who contributed a lot in the field of photosynthesis. Okay, so you have to study all these. Julius von Sachs. Now this scientist, what in the his studies showed that the green substances plants is chlorophyll. हमको पता है कि green substance chlorophyll है, जो कहाँ पर located होता है, which is located in the bodies which are called as chloroplast. All right, so but he found that green parts in plants is where glucose is made. All right, जो ग्रीन पार्ट्स होते हैं वहीं पर ग्लूकोज बन रहा है. येस, जो फूड बन रहा है वो कहाँ बन रहा है? क्लोरोप्लास्ट में. सो दैट इज़ द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग हेयर. एंड फाइनली आफ्टर फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ग्लूकोज, दैट ग्लूकोज, कुछ पार्ट जो ग्लूकोज का होता है दैट इज़ यूज्ड इन द functioning of the plant. All right, the remaining glucose which is not used, that is stored in the form of starch. All right, प्लांट्स में ग्लूकोज स्टोर होता है स्टार्च की फॉर्म में, जो आप बाद में प्लांट यूज़ करते हैं जब उनको कोई असेंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट होती है डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द हार्श क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस. ऑलराइट, बट इन एनिमल्स ग्लूकोज इज स्टोर्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ग्लाइकोजन. दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन स्टोरेज. Now there is one more scientist here, T.W. Engelmann. Okay, what did he do? He used a prism. उससे आपको पता है लाइट पास होती तो वो स्कैटर हो जाती है. ओके, then he placed a green algae which is called as cladophora, and along with the bacteria, aerobic bacteria. Aerobic means which can survive in the presence of only oxygen. All right, so what did he observe? That the bacteria were used to detect sites of oxygen. बैक्टीरिया क्या करते हैं, उस प्लांट की जो ग्रीन एल्गे है उसकी जो ऑक्सीजन की साइट्स हैं वो डिटेक्ट करता है. ऑलराइट, सो ही ऑब्जर्व दैट द बैक्टीरिया अक्यूमुलेटेड मेनली इन द रीजन ऑफ ब्लू एंड रेड लाइट. अभी मैं आपको बताऊंगी ब्लू और रेड लाइट क्या होता है, क्योंकि जो स्पेक्ट्रम यूज़ किया है, प्रिज्म यूज़ किया, जो लाइट पास होती है उनकी डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ्स होती हैं, उनकी डिफरेंट रीजन्स होते हैं. बट उसने ऑब्जर्व किया कि जो बैक्टीरिया वो कहाँ पर अक्यूमुलेट हो रहे हैं, यूजुअली इन ब्लू एंड रेड लाइट. ऑलराइट, so that was also a proof for this experiment. Now you can see here different scientists give different equations for photosynthesis. Some the earlier it was like this was the equation where CH2O was carbohydrate or glucose you can say. Then this equation was very much prominent, but the final equation, okay, was given and this was the most recommended equation. हम यही पढ़ते हैं, हम कभी भी ये और ये वाली equation नहीं पढ़ते. Okay. Finally, it was inferred, or you can say it was concluded, that oxygen is evolved by the green plants, which comes from water. The water which we use during the process of photosynthesis, from that oxygen is evolved. Alright, ये जो oxygen आता है, that comes from water, not from carbon dioxide. That should be important thing here. Okay, so that is something about the work of the different scientists. I hope you all are clear. Now we'll move on to the next topic, which is where does photosynthesis takes place. Now you know photosynthesis takes place inside chlorophyll. Okay, chlorophyll में होता है. Chlorophyll is a pigment. Okay, where the photosynthesis takes place. Chlorophyll is a pigment which is present in the chloroplast. Okay, now what is that chloroplast actually? This is the structure of the chloroplast. You have to go through the diagram properly. Alright, now this chloroplast, as you can see, this is the diagrammatic representation of a section of एक section लिया, छोटा सा part लिया chloroplast का. You can see this is the outer membrane. Okay, जो upper line है that is outer membrane, जो second line है that is inner membrane. Alright, and this green part, whole green part जो आपका background जिसको बोल सकते हैं आप, that is stroma. Alright, हम cytoplasm नहीं बोलेंगे यहाँ, हम क्या बोलेंगे, stroma बोलेंगे. Now can you see these pile like structures which are present one after the other like a piled form? जैसे हम books रख देते हैं, pile बनाते हैं, वैसे ही ये piled structures जो present है, they are called as grana. Alright, and two granas are further connected through a structure which is called as stromal lamellae. Okay, very important, stromal lamellae. Then along with that we have ribosomes somewhere, we have starch. Okay, because you know chloroplast is used in making food, so food is stored in the form of starch. So this is starch granule, these are some lipid droplets. Alright, so this is the complete structure of chloroplast which you where the food formation takes place. Now what happens actually, usually this membrane system what it does, it traps the light energy. जो solar radiations होती है उसकी जो light energy होती है वो trap करते हैं. Okay, and क्या बनाते हैं वो, they used to form energy boosters. वो भी हम आगे एक अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे, अच्छे से डिस्कस करेंगे. एनर्जी बूस्टर्स मीन्स ATP एंड NADPH. ऑलराइट, इसको हम आगे आपको और ज़्यादा क्लियर हो जाएगा ये चीज़. एंड इन स्ट्रोमा व्हाट हैपन्स, ये तो मेम्ब्रेन का काम था लाइट एनर्जी को ट्रैप करना. ऑलराइट, बट इन स्ट्रोमा व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, enzymatic reactions means the reactions which are going on with the help of some enzymes, they synthesize sugar means glucose, food. Okay, and finally it turns to form starch. Alright, अब आपने क्या देखा, यहाँ पर दो चीज़ें हो रही हैं. फर्स्ट इज द membrane is trapping energy, okay, light energy, and the second is stroma is making food. Alright, so जो first वाला है the light energy trapping, that occurs, that is a light driven process that occurs only in the presence of light. So that reaction is called as light reaction or photochemical reaction. Alright, but the next one जहाँ पर food बन रहा है स्ट्रोमा में, that is not directly light driven, उसमें light का ज़्यादा use नहीं होता है. So लेकिन किस पे वो डिपेंड करता है, these products पे, these energy boosters पे. Alright, so that reaction is called as dark reaction or carbon reaction. Alright, so these two types of reactions are there in the chloroplast while making food, light reactions and dark reactions. Now next topic is, this is little difficult, so please listen it very carefully. How many types of pigments are involved in photosynthesis? This is difficult but interesting. Okay, अब कितने तरह के पिगमेंट होते हैं, यूजुअली हम बोल देते हैं यार क्लोरोफिल ही होता है और क्या होता होगा. ओके, बट नो, एक्चुअली अगर आप प्लांट को देखें ना, प्लांट की जो लीफ होती है, कई बार आपने देखा होगा एक बहुत डार्क ग्रीन होता है, बट देर आर सम पैचेस विच आर लाइट ग्रीन. वाई इट हैपन्स, क्यों ऐसा होता है कि देयर इज़ नॉट अ यूनिफॉर्म कलर, because there are different shades of green color. Okay, why? Because we don't have only a single pigment, we have 4 pigments usually. Okay, 4 pigments we have inside the chloroplast, okay, and this we can study, हम कर सकते हैं उसको study, हम उसको separate कर सकते हैं सभी pigments को through paper chromatography. As you know, chromatography is a technique from which we can separate any substance. So in paper chromatography, what happens, we can separate the pigments. All right, so what are those pigments? For pigments, chlorophyll A. All right, chlorophyll A, you can say bright or blue green. When क्रोमेटोग्राम पे जब आता है, जो एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है, उस पर जब हम करते हैं क्लोरोफिल ए को सेपरेट, तो क्या कलर शो होता है? ब्राइट और ब्लू ग्रीन. दैट मीन्स वो क्या है? क्लोरोफिल ए. ऑलराइट, द नेक्स्ट इज क्लोरोफिल बी, उसका कलर है येलो ग्रीन. Third pigment is xanthophylls. This is again yellow, and the fourth one is carotenoids, yellow to yellow orange. Okay, so these are the four pigments. I think आपने एक नई चीज़ आज देखी है, नई चीज़ लर्न की है कि that सिर्फ क्लोरोफिल ही नहीं होता है, but there are क्लोरोफिल फर्दर ए और बी में होता है, and not only that, there are two more pigments present in the leaf. Okay, now what is the role of the pigments, by the way? That is also important, okay? So pigments are the substances that have an ability to absorb light. Yes, that is the important thing. Pigment हम use क्यों कर रहे हैं? हम क्यों बोलते हैं कि chlorophyll ज़रूरी है? Chlorophyll is important because it absorbs the sunlight which is coming, okay? So that is the thing. But एट स्पेसिफिक वेवलेंथ्स. अब वो क्या एब्जॉर्ब तो करता है, बट स्पेसिफिक वेवलेंथ्स पे. अब ये क्या पूरा फंडा है, ये वेवलेंथ क्या है, ये क्या चीज़ है, अब हम इसको आगे डिस्कस करेंगे. सो चिल्ड्रन, बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू दीज ग्राफ्स, ये क्या वेवलेंथ क्या चीज़ है, ये सब क्या चीज़ है, आपको एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ मैं बताना चाहूँगी जिससे आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा कि वेवलेंथ क्या होता है. ओके, एक्चुअली दिस डायग्राम इज बेस्ड ऑन, एक्चुअली दिस डायग्राम इज इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम. आप फिजिक्स में पढ़ते हो इसको. इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम इज व्हाट? सिंपली द रेडिएशंस विच आर कमिंग टुवर्ड्स द अर्थ. ओके, दे कम बट दे हैव डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ्स. ओके, उनकी जो वेवलेंथ, अब वेवलेंथ क्या होती है? दिस इज एक्चुअली द वेवलेंथ. अगर हम सिंपल वर्ड्स में बात करें तो वेवलेंथ को आप एज अ डिस्टेंस भी बोल सकते हो, कितनी दूरी है. ओके, दैट इज़ यूजुअली मेजर्ड इन मीटर्स. अगर उसकी स्मॉलर लेनी है तो सेंटीमीटर्स या नैनोमीटर्स, उससे भी सबसे छोटा वाला नैनोमीटर्स हो गया. ओके, सो दैट इज़ वेवलेंथ. सो these are the actually the rays. All right, you can see here starting with the gamma ray, then X-ray is there, UV rays, infrared, radio waves. Okay, wavelength is always increasing towards this direction. जहाँ पर the wavelength, where the wavelength is increasing, that side energy is decreasing. You can see here energy is increasing, but here wavelength is less, and towards this side wavelength is increasing but energy will be low. So that's why I have shown the with the arrow like here, this and this. Okay, this is the thing. Now actually हमें ये सब कुछ पढ़ने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. हमको क्या पढ़ना है, हमको क्या समझना है अबाउट विजिबल लाइट. येस, दिस इज़ द थिंग. विजिबल लाइट इज़ व्हाट? वो लाइट जो हम ह्यूमन आइज देख सकते हैं. ओके, दैट इज़ विजिबल लाइट. हम इसको ईजिली आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, हम इसको देख सकते हैं. दिस इज कैचेबल फ्रॉम द ह्यूमन आई. दैट इज़ वाई वी कॉल इट विजिबल लाइट. इट इज़ विजिबल फ्रॉम ह्यूमन आइज. नाउ विजिबल लाइट इज एक्चुअली हैविंग, सी, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 कलर्स. दैट्स वाई वी नेम दैम विबग्योर. ओके, विबग्योर में V इज वायलेट, इंडिगो B ब्लू, G ग्रीन, Y येलो, O ऑरेंज, R रेड. ओके, दीज आर द लाइट rays. Now these light rays fall under different wavelengths. Okay, अब आप देख सकते हैं violet usually, see, आपको मैं एक जनरल बात बताती हूँ. विजिबल लाइट की जो रेंज है दैट रीचेस फ्रॉम, द रेंज इज 380 नैनोमीटर टू 700 nanometer. This is the actual range of visible light. All right, so you can see this 400 nanometer, 500, 600, 700. So this is what the distance, or you can say wavelength is increasing towards this side. Okay, so ये सभी की wavelength है रेज की, और ये कौन से कलर में फॉल करती हैं ये आपको दिया गया है. ओके, so I think you got some idea about the wavelength and the color or the shade. Okay, so now here the graph is given. The first graph, if you look into this graph, what is given? Absorbance of light by chloroplast pigments. As you know, this is chlorophyll A, this one, this is chlorophyll B and this is carotenoid. All are these pigments. Okay, so अब इसमें क्या बता रहे हैं, लाइट एब्जॉर्ब कर रहे हैं, किस पॉइंट पे ये लाइट ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं वो आपका ग्राफ है. आप देख सकते हो हाईएस्ट पीक आप बोल सकते हो क्लोरोफिल बी की है. दैट मीन्स आप बोल दोगे कि हाँ ये वाला सबसे ज़्यादा ऑब्जर्व कर रहा है लाइट को, आप ऐसा कह सकते हो. ओके, बट इफ़ यू लुक इनटू दिस graph, what is shown here, rate of photosynthesis. This is the line or curve which is showing the rate of photosynthesis. So you can see here photosynthesis is maximum in this peak. जो सबसे ज़्यादा हाईएस्ट पीक है उसमें फोटोसिंथेसिस हाई है. ओके, एंड इवन दिस पीक फोटोसिंथेसिस रेट यहाँ पर भी ज़्यादा है. ओके, नाउ इफ़ यू लुक इनटू दिस फर्स्ट ग्राफ, it is clearly seen that chlorophyll A, this blue line, is falling under this wavelength zone. Actually this axis is wavelength. Okay, so here somewhere here 400. Okay, 400 to 500. यहाँ पर क्या है, chlorophyll का range है. Can you see here? So photosynthetic rate is high here. That means that is the range of chlorophyll A, this blue line. Okay, क्या ये peak इधर था, अगर ये यहाँ होता that we can say that chlorophyll B, but since it is here, so that means it is chlorophyll A. Okay, और यहाँ पर भी ये ज़्यादा है, तो यहाँ पर कौन सा, किस पिगमेंट का हाई पीक है, chlorophyll A का. Okay, so what did you understand, that chlorophyll A is the pigment where maximum absorption of light takes place. See, can you determine the wavelength or color of light at which chlorophyll shows the maximum absorption? So you can see here 4 to 500 range here, and then 6 to 700 range. Okay, so if we talk about the color, you already know here 4 to 500, this is the color range, and this is the red and blue. Okay, so this is about this. That's why we always say blue and red. Now here it figure 13.3b showing the wavelengths at which maximum photosynthesis occurs. ये मैंने आपको बता दिया. ओके, सो इसमें आप क्या देख सकते हो, wavelengths at which there is maximum absorption by chlorophyll A, that is in the blue and the red region. Okay, तो वो ऐसा है, वो आपको लग जाएगा पता है, जो मैंने अभी आपको I have already shown you the electromagnetic spectrum Vibgyor. Okay, so the ranges fall like this, blue and red region. So that means in those regions they show higher rate of photosynthesis. Okay, so that we can conclude that chlorophyll A is the chief pigment. Okay, for photosynthesis. But इसका मतलब ये नहीं, doesn't mean that chlorophyll A is the whole and soul for making photosynthesis. Other pigments play major role, okay, for trapping light. All right, like xanthophylls, carotenoids, all other, these are called as accessory pigments. So these also play important role in the process of the photosynthesis. So this was about photosynthesis, types of pigments. I hope you all got the idea, you all understood the concept of this. That's all for today. Thank you so much.